This is Rachel Rutos' brainchild, which took off the ground with the support of her husband, the Deputy President.
It is our project, but we came in as a partner to support Joy Walk.
How much does this chicken project cost you to start?
It has costed us about 15 million. Yes, and maybe slightly more.
15 million?
Yes.
The poultry house is highly mechanized.
So we pour the feed up there, and then you just put the electricity on, and then it brings the feed. And then this is for water, you see. So the water comes, you can see them like pecking. So that's how they drink the water. So everything is automated, it's easy. And then when the droppings go here, we collect and we take to the shamba.
The trained Kiswahili teacher says she founded the Joyful Women organization to economically empower women.
This is our parent stock. So what happens is that we hatch the day-old chicks, and it's bought by the Joyful Women. And so they rear and they get layers. And we've gone ahead even to help the women, because we realize that many of our women are in the rural areas and we have a lot of brokers in between. So even when they have their tray of eggs, someone will buy at a very cheap price. So what we have done is that we have collection centers in all our Joyful Women offices. Every county office has a collection center where once you have your eggs, you take them to the nearest Joyful Women county office, and they are bought, and so they get market for you.
Why poultry, I ask?
You know, in our culture and many African cultures, people believe that a cow belongs to a man. So we thought we need to do poultry because no man can claim that the hens or the birds are his.
Yeah.
And actually when we did the calculations on the returns, we realized that poultry gives more than dairy.
The hatchery is some distance away from the noisy poultry house.
The other thing that we do is we apply for tenders. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for supplying
the day-old chicks. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's a good one.
Like now the county government of Wazingishu has just put up a tender, like for someone to supply 50,000.
At the egg storage room, we find eggs that have been collected within 3 days only. A week's collection, according to Rachel, would fill this room.
Each of these has 180.
What is this now?
This is the incubator. This is where the eggs, once they come from the parent stock, they are brought here. They incubate for 18 days. We can put up to 20,000 eggs. We sell all of them. In fact, by the time we are hatching, the farmers already know the day and they just come and collect. Others we deliver to the different places. None is left.
The poultry project, however, is just a fraction of the farming activities Rachel Ruto is involved in. Inside her 100-acre Sogoi farm, we are treated to an agri-tour.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a village called Likuyani. That's where I was born. It's actually in Western Kenya.
Oh.
It is in the Kakamega County now.
Okay.
Yes, but just at the border. It's not very far from Wazingishu County. That's where I grew up. I went to school. I went to Likuyani Primary School until class 7. Then I went to Butere Girls for my O-level and A-level.
And that's why farming is...
Yes, my father was a very successful farmer. Yes, he was a big-time farmer. And so we grew up in the farm. We used to weed maize, we used to harvest, we used to do everything. We used to shell the maize like now what we are doing here this December, and we really enjoyed growing up. I think I really enjoyed growing up in the farm.
Mechanized farming, she says, is even more exciting and highly productive.
And the best thing is, you know, for women to try and see like the best methods to get more from the little chambers that they have. Like one thing that we have taught the Joyful Women organization members is to do what we call the kitchen gardens and to do drip irrigation. One challenge I see that we have as women is sometimes we don't go for information. We wait for information to come to us. We need to be people who want to get, not just sitting at home waiting to be brought.
Did your husband's portfolio in the Ministry of Agriculture influence any of this?
You know, they say you have to lead by example. We always have a field day every year when we invite farmers, both from the neighborhood and from as far as they can come, just to come and see what we are doing. It's like a demonstration farm open to people. They are invited anytime to come and see. Now we have the poultry project. They're invited to see because, you know, seeing is believing.
So is Joywa all about farming?
No, it's not all about farming. It's just that most of our women are in the rural areas. So in fact, we've been telling them, don't just call yourself a farmer. We tell them that you are agripreneurs. That is the new word we are using with the women. Women, lives have changed. The way they dress, Like for me, sometimes I have to think of what women I'm going for their meetings, because for sure they dress better than me. Yes, they do. The other day we had a meeting in Eldoret, and I went for this meeting late, and when I got there I was wondering, I was like, am I lost? Because there was no parking. Women are driving.
Really?
Yes. Women who could not even stand to talk. You know the way women like feel
Confidence,
shy.
yeah?
Confidence.
Yeah.
Their confidence is built. You know the Bible says money answereth all things. You know, when you have money, you get confidence. Yeah. They stand, they talk, you're like, is this so and so? I knew her 3 years ago she couldn't talk. But now she's able to address a meeting, and not just talking, but talking things that are very sensible. Yeah.
But then there are those who are, because of extreme poverty, they have been drawn into alcoholism. Is there any way Joywa tries to rehabilitate such women and also make their lives better?
Actually, you won't believe it. Our top saver, it was in Gishu County, was an illicit brewer. Her story is amazing. Her name is Irene. And she was an illicit brewer. But today, I'm telling you, she's a top saver. Her savings, I think, has reached 400,000. She owns a tractor.
Wow.
She owns a car. She owns a motorbike. Recently, she has bought new land. And she has moved to a better place because she wants to build a petrol station.
A petrol station is quite something.
Yes, a petrol station.
And talking of going places,
I really don't know who put that and where that photo was found, first of all. But I think...
from your album.
No, I think it was from a friend's album.
Yeah?
Yeah. It is just the Lord that has brought us from far. We grew up in the village. We met in the university, and well, God put us together, and we've just been able to push on.
How did you meet at the university? You were doing education, right?
Yes.
And he was doing botany.
Yes.
How did your paths cross?
We had actually crossed paths back at home. We met in church camps, you know, the youth camps that were organized by the African Inland Church. When they say, how many people come from Eldoret, maybe when you stand and you're looking around, I don't really remember, but somehow we met.
Okay. Now here you are, the deputy president's wife. Did you ever imagine this would be?
I didn't imagine. Yeah. When my husband became deputy president, I've been able to at least travel the country to teach women on table banking and women economic empowerment. So we've been able to go to 39 counties, and God willing, next year we want to do the remaining 8. By March, we want to finish the 47 counties and go back now to continue training the women.
So you have this project dealing with women, especially in the rural areas, and of course you've told us that it covers even the urban woman. The president's wife, on the other hand, has this campaign on Beyond Zero, the Beyond Zero campaign. I get the feeling that perhaps you're thinking that if your husbands won't be remembered for anything, people will remember them for their wives and how they touched the lives of the common people.
I remember what happened when the Jubilee administration came into power last year. We actually sat down with the First Lady, and we thought we'd just run with our passions, and we didn't want to duplicate. So that is how the First Lady is running with the maternal child health, HIV and AIDS, the environment, and of course her program of Beyond Zero campaign. And I decided to do women economic empowerment because at least I'd also been doing that.
Okay.
So we're just happy to support our husbands.
and with her husband of 23 years, with whom they have been blessed with 6 children, they celebrated yet another wedding anniversary on the 21st of December. Sylvie Chebet for the Newsmaker series, Eldoret.